What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we are having a PTCGO tournament series round number 2, and we are still playing the Jolteon Giratina deck, and it looks like we're playing against an Evital Garbodor deck, aka the best deck in format. Alrighty, so we got Giratina. I'm definitely just gonna go aggro Jolteon, which definitely seems like the best play. We're an Ultra Ball to start Garbodor or whatever, grab a Jolteon, and just go for there. They start Shaman, which is fantastic for us. Alrighty. See, our plan is just to go just straight aggro Jolteon. They might play a Ranger, but I mean, they usually these decks don't play Ranger to counter it. So Ultra Ball discard a Lysander and a Dark Energy to grab a Hoopa. Hoopa, this might not be Oh, this might be Dark. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Usually you don't play Hoopa in Evital Garbodor. So let's see what Hoopa gets out. It could be a different build of Evital. It could be Dark. Well, there's no dragon, so it's definitely not Dark Giratina. But we're not gonna get rid of Garbodor out. There's pretty much no use for it. So there's a Mega Audino. Ooh, things just got really interesting. Mega Audino. Okay, so Dark Energy, Audino, Trainer's Meld, look at top cards of their deck. What is going on right now? What are we playing against? Alright, so Trainer's Meld. Ooh, this is not good. Our deck is to counter the main decks and stuff like that. These different decks is where things get interesting because I mean, this is yeah, so here comes Audino. Okay. They had to some kind of dark Pokemon, right? Like Evital, maybe Fright Knight. I don't know. I'm just guessing they do. But that's not good. At least we don't have to worry about the Mega hurting us since we have a Renegade Pulse, unless they play Garbodor. So we'll get a new hand. There's a Double Dragon, DC. Okay. There's a Max Elixir. Look at the top cards of their deck. Gonna put a Dark Energy to Audino. And we'll see most likely a pass onto our turn. I mean, we'll just get the Double Dragon to the active and just pass for the most part. I'm not too concerned about him knocking us out. So we'll Double Dragon the active. And we'll pass. I really want to say the Crushing Hammers for special energies and or other Evital or something like that. So to our opponent's turn, they're going to draw a card. And I'm not too concerned about Do the Wave. There's a Max Elixir, look at top cards of their deck. Put a Dark Energy to that Audino. Okay. And we Do the Wave does 6 plus 10 more damage for each of your bench Pokemon, so not too scary. Right now it's only doing 90, not enough for knockout. Okay, so Dark Energy to that guy. Next we have a DCE. We can start using Chaos Will. There's Dark Energy to the bench. Olympia. Switch to the Audino. Oh my goodness. Okay. And Do the Wave for 90 damage onto our turn. We will Team Florgon, discard energy off the active. DCE, Crushing Hammer. Tails, Crushing Hammer. Heads, alright, so discard energy off the active. So that way they can't attack the turn unless they play a Max Elixir and another Olympia. So Chaos Will for 100. Alrighty, so 100 damage. I mean, they can knock us out next turn. I mean, that was a risky play. We probably shouldn't have Team Florgon, but it just seems really cool. We should have waited to play Team Florgon after we crushed Hammer. That was a huge misplay if we missed. But they can't DCE anybody, so that's good. They can only attach per their turn. They can do Drain Slap for 20 and heal 20 out the active, but then we can knock it out with 100. If I'm an opponent, I'm probably pounding this bench. I don't know. Yes, I'm probably doing. But next turn, we're going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 70 cards. So Sycamore, discarding their hand, discards 2 VS Seekers. They could have ended, but they're not going to. Okay. Let's see what else it does. Our opponent have. So Max Elixir. Not going to hit anything. Oh, they Max Elixir energy. Oh, they did have energy and a switch. So Drain Slap for 20 damage. Heal 20 off the active. Oh, to our turn, we need to find another Pokemon or we will lose. So there's a Hoopa. We'll use Scoundring, search for a Giratina. I'm gonna grab Giratina and Shaman. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Giratina and Shaman just so we can set up draw a little bit more. I know we put some more Pokemon down that can be hit later on, but I think that's fine. So grab these two, put down the Giratina, put down the Shaman, set up for 3 new cards, and let's see what can we find with the Shaman. All right, so double dragon. We'll put down the Giratina, and we're gonna Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. I guess we could have ended, but there's the Crush Neighbors to look for. Fighting Field 6, 7, 8, 9. We could Crush Hammer. Heads with discard energy off the bench. Fighting Field the active. And then we'll Chaos Whip for a knockout. Doing 110. Alrighty, next time we do have Pokemon Stimulating, which is fantastic. They could potentially knock us out, but I'm not too scared. We have a DC, we can start using that Chaos Well as well. So things are looking fantastic for us. We do have 100 HP left. So right now, it will do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They'll need 2 more Pokemon and 1 more energy. But they've already played 4, 5, 6 Darks. Which is great for us. If they do not take a knockout, we're definitely using Pokemon Stimulate to heal the damage off the active while putting a DC on this Giratina. So Dark Energy the active. Oh, they can't even attack this turn. Seamus set it for 2. They could try to take for a Life Standard. That's probably the only optimal play. Or Enhanced Nerve if they play that. I don't know if they play that or not. Ultra Ball going to discard 2 cards from their hand, and will we see a dark Pokemon coming down? We know they play some kind of dark Pokemon, we just don't know what. We don't know if it's Evital, Fright Knight. I think it is Fright Knight though, if I had to take a guess. And there is a Fright Knight Evital. Alrighty, so yep, there's Fright Knight Evital, like I said. That will come down. And there's Sycamore, discard in their hand, discard the DC and a Mega Turbo. Alright, so it's Mega Audino, Fright Knight Evital. No Evital EX. I thought it was Evital Garbodor. Obviously, when you see Dark and Psychic, you're like, oh, Evital Garbodor. That's duh. Alright, so Drain Slot for 20. On to our turn. We will Pokemon Stimulate, heal the active. Alrighty, so we have, 140 HP left, so we're not getting knocked out. We'll put a DC on the Giratina. And we will just Chaos Whip for 110, and next turn we can knock it out. Alrighty, so 110 being done to the Audino. How many Maxos? The 3 Maxos haven't played. 2 VS Seekers. Okay, they could license money up, like I said, but I'm not too worried about that. We have 2 Giratinas ready to go, and it's pretty much just gonna be Giratina just swinging for the rest of the game. Alrighty, so if they Drain Slap, we'll knock them out. If they do the Wave, we'll knock them out. And all I have to do is a Life Center Shaman with the Fighting Fury of this guy, and we'll win the game. Alrighty, so there's a Dark Energy going to Fright Knight Evital. A Life Center, bring up the Giratina, or the Hoopa, sorry. And what else will they do? I mean, we have double Trainers Mode. Hopefully, we find a Floatstone. We haven't played any yet, which is great. And he's going to Mega Evolve. Now, Mega Evolve doesn't matter. We can still knock it out. There's a Shaman. Will Trainer Smell? Or a VS Seeker? I think there's a Lippy in our discard pile. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, no, there's not. Alright, so grab VS Seeker. But we'll still play the VS Seeker anyway. Trainer Smell? Or a Floatstone. There we go. So we'll Floatstone the Hoopa. Retreat. Yeah, Floatstone the Hoopa. Retreat into the Giratina. And I'm actually going to... Oh, we had to set up the one in the Fighting Field, unfortunately. Put a Light Energy on the Hoopa. And we will Chaos Whip for the knockout. No one to VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Just to get these out of play so we don't get back into these cards. They're pretty much useless. So, Crushing Hammer, we're definitely going to play that. Try to discard the energy off this guy. And Tails, we do not hit it. We'll Fighting Field the other Giratina. And we will Chaos Will for the knockout, going down to 2 prize cards. Alrighty, so what do we get off these 2? There's 1 and 2. We get a Floatstone and a Sycamore, which Floatstone's not going to matter if he does in the Evital, and we don't have Free Retreat anymore if he Life Centers up as well. But via Seeker for a Life Center, gonna bring up a Hoopa most likely, and as long as we hit energy, we should be okay. We can make it where he can't really hurt us unless he he can attach this turn, has to attach again the following turn. He's already played 7 Darks, 8 in play, 1 DC. Here comes Hoopa. There's an Ultra Ball, going to discard 2 cards from their hand. Discard the Perilous City and a Audino Spearlink. For a regular Audino, gonna put that down. And a pass on to our turn. Alrighty. So we get an Ultra Ball. Let's see. So we're gonna Floatstone the Shaman, Ultra Ball, discard Trubbish and Garbodor, to grab a Trubbish. Man, we just haven't played a single Lysander. If we had a Lysander, we could win right now. So grab a Trubbish. We will Ultra Ball, discard 1 to 2. We'll grab another Pokemon. I'm just trying to thin our deck out so we can hit energy. I'll grab a Giratina. Yeah, we need to hit that one, a lightning or a DC. So grab the Giratina. We will be a Seeker. 4 Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. And let's see, what do we find? Do we find an energy or not? 11 cards left, and we do find one. Alright, so put a lightning on this guy. We will... I think what I'm going to do is just pass right now. And the next turn, we're going to Lysander Shaman win. Because I don't want to train to Giratina, then the Lysander's up, and then we're stuck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather just, wait a turn, retreat, and then Lysander the Shaman. There's a DC active. We'll see Pitch Black Spear doing 60 and 62 a bench. But I'm not too scared. And there's a Sycamore, so we will win this game. We're going to Lysander up a Shaman and take our last 2 prize cards. So this is best 2 out of 3. We see Trainer's Mill. He has 3 cards in his hand, 3 cards in his deck as well. So let's look at our opponent's deck. A Mega Audino with the Magical Symphony. A deck that, won Worlds and then pretty much died down. It was not hyped at all. It won Worlds, and that was pretty much it. 60, whatever. On to our turn, we will Lysander, bring up the Shaman, retreat, and Chaos Will for the knockout. Taking game number 1. Alrighty, so there we go. Do the Chaos Will, knocking out, and winning the game, doing 110 to the Shaman. And that's why Giratina is so strong. Just doing 110, it's just fantastic. Alright, so victory screen comes down, and it is best 2 out of 3. And let's see, so we'll send another request. And I imagine they'll go first, like always. So we'll send send the request. And we're going to let them go first regardless. I'm pretty sure they want to go first, because why would you not? Alright, so game number 2. Looks like once again we're playing his Evital Garbodor. He has the Evital coin in the sleeves. And it's Evital Garbodor, but it's not Evital Garbodor. Alright, heads, we did win. But I am going to say, no, I don't want to go first. It is best 2 out of 3. I imagine he does want to go first. Alright, so Giratina, it's such a good start right now. DCE, we know he doesn't play Enhanced Hammer, we know he doesn't play any cards to discard or special energies, so it's safe. As long as we find a double dragon, we'll start swinging. And if we can hit heads on Crushing Hammer, we can make it where this attachment is pretty much useless for his turn. So 2 Pokemon come down. A Fright Knight and a Audino. I don't know. Alrighty. So let's see what happens as a Dark Energy the active. We see Trainer's Mill. My opponent did hit 3 for 3 on Max Lucis, if I remember correctly. They were seeing Ultra Ball. We will see a Hoopa use Scoundering search for 3 EX Pokemon, most likely, if he didn't prize the Hoopa. Alright, so Ultra Ball. Discards a Lysander and a Mega Turbo, and show me the Hoopa. Show me the Hoopa, Hoopa. Unless he prized it. If he prized it, then he's not going to grab it, obviously. But if he didn't prize it, he's going to grab Hoopa. Oh, no, he's going to go for a Fright. Okay, for another Pitch Black Spear Evital. I guess he's going to go the Pitch Black Spear route and a pass on to our turn. Alright, so Crush Hammer. Heads. DCE. And Fighting Pro doesn't matter too much, but we're still going to put it down. And then we'll pass on to our opponent's turn. He can't really attack us because his Floodstones don't work unless he Olympias, which is fine with me. But if next turn we find a double dragon, he can't touch DCs, all that good stuff, and he's only be reliant on his, there's a DC right there. Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, discards in, that's fine, I guess. He doesn't know what our hand is. 2 Audinos coming down. And as long, if we find a Team Florga and a double dragon, I'd be so mad. So Perilous City, we have Delinquent in our hand. Okay, and a pass onto our turn. We get it. No, that's not the card we want. All right, so Trainer's Mill, and we'll grab a Sycamore. Yeah, we'll grab Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Yeah, I'm not gonna put down the Jolteon. It's not useful at all. Even though it seems like it is, but it's not. And we find an Enhanced Hammer, we'll discard the DCE. We will Ultra Ball, discarding 1 and 2. To grab a Giratina. Okay. So put down the Giratina, put a Flowstone on it, and then Seamus set up for 5 new cards. Can we find a double dragon or not? That's the big question right now. And we don't find one. We'll put a DC on this guy and pass. Alright, pass. There we go. Alright, so under my opponent's turn. I mean, they could potentially use this guy, but it's going to be really hard for them to use it. Though I did DCE, Max Elixir, and Olympia. There's a Dark Energy to the active. Lysander, bring it up to Shaman. And we'll see it pass onto our turn. Alright, so we are going to Ultra Ball. Discard Lysander, Trubbish. Not going to grab anything. Play a Crush Namer. Tails, play a Crush Namer. Heads. Shaman set up for 6 new cards. And let's see, what do we find with this Shaman? Alrighty, so I'm going to DCE Mighty Fear Belt and Sky Return for 30. Promoting a Giratina with the Fighting Fear Belt. Alright, there we go. So onto our opponents, so they can license the Shaman again. But I'm really hoping they don't, so we can just like get a double dragon and chaos well for the knockout. We're down, what, 2 Crush Namers right now? Yeah, 3 Crush Namers, so 1 left, but that's fine. Max Elixir? Ooh, can they hit the, oh, nope. Okay, so they finally with the Max Elixir. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye. Opponent have here. I mean, I'm still feeling like really confident right now. If we find a double dragon, we just take a knockout, and he can't put a DC on this guy. He needs 2 turns powered up, and that, I don't know, that's really bad. So via Secret for Sycamore, go and discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Okay. Discards an end in the Dark Energy. Getting rid of another Dark, so 3 Darks are in the discard pile. Trainer's Mill. Look at top cards of his deck. I'm definitely just going to Crush Namer, try and discard the Dark off the bench, Evital. And, I mean, you got to think, if we hit heads and we knock out the active, there's pretty much nothing our opponent could do. So we'll see Max Elixir. Look at top cards of his deck. Not going to hit anything. It just Mega Evolves to end their turn. Alrighty, so we found a Via Seeker. We'll play Crush Namer. Tails. Man, I'm just gonna DC this guy, Flowstone, and then Shaman. I'm just digging for a double dragon. If we find one, we'll take a knock on the active. Come on, double dragon. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where are double dragons at? So, well, I guess we'll just pass. No, we're gonna lightning the Shaman just in case he does license her up. And we'll pass on to our opponent's turn. Do we prize all our double dragons? That'd be really cool if we prize all 4 of them. All 4 of them. That'd be fantastic. I would not even be upset. I'd be like, alright, we gotta win a game without a single double dragon. I would just accept the challenge and see what happens. But on our opponent's turn. Alright, gonna draw a card. And can they find a DC and Olympia? Because their Flowstones don't work. There's a DC going to the bench, Evital. Okay. What a time. What a time. Now, we talked like a DCE. I think what I might do is just license up that Fright Knight and just smack it while we can. If we talk like a double dragon. Sorry, not a DC, a double dragon. Don't you dare tell me a DCE and a Sycamore. Goodness gracious. So pass on to our opponent's turn. No need a license right now. How many Via Seekers have they played? 1 Via Seeker, okay. I'm just going to wait it out to see what happens. Just wait here. Just play the waiting game. Yeah, they could attach a Dark to the active, but then we get Team Flare Gun discarding off the active. which is fine. If he plays Olympia, we can maybe license the Mega Audino, get that stuck in the active spot. But then you have to VS Seeker for Olympia. We didn't see Escape Rope game 1, and he had 4 cards left, so I don't think he plays Escape Rope. Hey, there's DC10 Mega Audino. Alright, so we might see a Magical Symphony. But Magical Symphony doesn't hurt our Giratina. So into our turn, there's a Hoopa. Hoopa. Don't care about this either. We'll press. Just where are our cards at? Where are our cards? Gonna press done again. I'm just gonna pass on our opponent's turn. Alright. So Dark Unity today, Mega Audino. I mean, he could have started using pitch. I mean, no, if he attached energy, we definitely would have just team flagrant off. But where are double dragons? I hope we prize them all. That'd be fantastic. If we prize all 4 double dragons, that would just be. I'd just be like, all right, whatever. We're gonna win still. So Ultra Ball, go and discard 2 cards from his hand. Discards a Dark and a Hoopa, so know the Dark Energy being discarded. Already has 4 in there, so 6. We know he had 8 last game. There's a Shaman. Going to Shaman for 3. Digging for Olympia. I imagine that's what we're trying to see. So Shaman going to dig for 3. Trying to find Olympia. Okay. But like, who does he send up? If he sends up Fright Knight, we can just like Team Flurgon the DCE, put another one in the discard pile, which is great. There's a VS ticket for it in. Hey, I'm fine with this. Please play that in. And there we go. There's an end. We'll both get a new hand of 6, which is fantastic. I'm fine with this play for sure. So let's see. What do we get? Hey, Double Dragon time. Alrighty. But do we play Double Dragon right now, or do we just wait? We get to link with them. There's a Trainer's Mail. Look at top cards of their deck. And like, I really don't even want to attack. I just want to sit this Evital in the act spot. Now, what we like, Lysander doesn't matter. Max Elixir, don't really care about that really. Sure, you can put more energies on this Evital, but who cares? And pass on to our turn. Okay. So, I mean, part of me just really wants to pass here. You know what I mean? Like, all of our Crush Neighbors are gone. I don't think he plays Flowstones. He plays the 1 Olympia. 2 switches have already been played. So I think I'm just going to pass right now. Like, we don't need to dig for anything. We're just going to pass onto our opponent's turn. I guess we could have VS Seeker for Olympia. I mean, not Olympia, but Delinquent. There is a Dark Unity go to the active. Okay. Olympia into the Fright on Evital, healing the 30. And we'll see Pitch Black Spear doing 60. But now I'm going to Team Flargon, Double Dragon, and hit it for 110. And now put opponent in a bad spot. So we're going to Team Florgun, discard the DCE, Double Dragon the active, and Chaos Will for 110 damage. Alrighty, so there we go. I mean, 100 damage, whatever. I know the belts don't work because of the Fright Knight being activated. But I'm fine with this. He can attach a DC to the active, which is great, obviously. I mean, he has, what, 2 DCs in discard pile, 1 on the bench, 3 Darks on the field, and I think 3 Max Elixirs played, right? Yeah, 3 Max Elixirs haven't played, and he's whipped every single one, but he does have 7 Dark on the field. Alrighty, so let's see, what will our opponent do here? He did unfortunately Olympia that bench Evital, so we can't knock that out either. We do have to wait another turn, but if we find a PCO, we can't heal the active. So Ultra Ball, go and discard 2 cards from hand, discards a second more and a Dark Energy. Another Dark Energy being discarded, wow. Shaman going to set up 5 new cards. Okay. Hey, what are they digging for? They have 9 cards left in their deck. I mean, we haven't played a single VS Seeker either. We have 4 VS Seekers left, so we can do anything we want to. And I mean, if you're my opponent, you're like thinking, how am I going to win this game? They get licensed the bitch Giratina, but we have a Double Dragon. That doesn't matter. We can just attach and then attack. They license or Shaman. Well, we already have a light energy to it, so we can just retreat if we want to do that. Things are not looking good for our opponent. Just pass on to our turn. Alrighty, so we're just going to Double Dragon the bitch Giratina. Trainer's Mail, looking for Pokemon Center Lady. We find a Fighting Fear Belts. No, put Lice in her hand. That seems fine. We'll put Lice in her hand. And we will Chaos Will for the knockout. Alright, so we're going to Fire Price cards. Give me a good card, and there's a Sycamore, okay. And I imagine we'll see Mega Audino come up, but once again, we can VS Seeker for Team Flare, gonna discard the DCE and make it where they can't attack us for at least 2 turns. So Hex Maniac shutting down abilities. He doesn't knock us out though, so Magical Sniff, he do 110 and 50 to probably the Giratina most likely. So this is bad because now this is the Fright Night. He does take a knockout on us, but we're gonna VS Seeker for Team Flare. Going to discard the DC off the active. All right, so discard the DCE. We will Chaos Whip for 110. Alrighty, so 110, and let's see what happens. On to our opponent's turn. He's already played 2 VS Seekers. He could Olympia here, switch to this guy, take a knock on the active. But he's not going to be able to swing this turn, which is great. But does he have a way to retreat this Mega Audino? That's the real question. If he doesn't, so there's an in. Alright, so we'll get 5, he gets 6. I don't think he can retreat this turn. Hopefully we find PCO. We find PCO, we can heal the 60 off the active and make it where he can't take a knockout. And there's not a Pokemon similarity. Oh, that's annoying. Alrighty, so there's a Hoopa. Oh, man. Like, I wanted a Chaos Will, but with Chaos Will, he knocks us out. Man. That's no bueno. Alright, so, I think I'm still going to put down the Hoopa, or the Giratina. Such a weird hand right now. Let's see. So what we're worried about, okay, I think I'm going to take the knockout right now, just to put us down to 3. So I'm going to put down Giratina. I'm going to special charge, putting in the DC back in our deck, and then I'm going to Sycamore, discard our hand, draw 7 new cards. Alrighty, can we start powering with this guy? There's a DC. Oh, there's Pokemon Certainty. Like, I don't want to take a knockout, but if we don't, he can Olympia and just kind of negate that. So I'm going to put a DC in this guy. I think I'm still going to take a knockout. I know he's going to send the Friday Night and knock us out, unfortunately. So do 110, taking a knockout, going at 3 price cards. We get an Ultra Ball and a Trainer's Mail, but as soon as we approach this Giratina, he's going to approach this guy, take a knockout. I know, we accepted this. We'll send up this guy. We have a Pokemon Stern. Oh, man. He can't touch DCs, I think. He cannot touch DCs right now. So we can Stimulate, heal the 60. Chaos Well for 110. Unless he Lysanders. But if he Lysanders, he has 1 VS Seeker left. There's a VS Seeker for a Lysander. Like I said, he could have played Olympia last turn if we have not have played that. So that's fine. But who does he Lysander? Maybe, probably the Giratina, right? I just wonder if we have... Okay, so another Audino coming down. Why does he bench so many Audino? Those are just Lysander targets. VS Seeker for in. Okay, so I'm fine with this in play. We go down to 3, but we can swing a Chaos Well. He needs to find a Dark Energy. He's already played 8 on the field right now. So let's see, what are our cards? There's a Double Dragon, okay. And does our opponent find a Dark Energy? So pass on our turn. We'll put a Dark Energy in this guy. A Double Dragon on that guy. And I think right now I'm just going to Chaos Well for 100 damage. Next turn we can knock it out. And then I don't know what our opponent can do. So I'm going to draw a card. They can't attack this turn. There's unless they like Ranger and then DSE. But if they do that, we'll send the Giratina in him down to 2 and take a knockout with this guy. And you got to think we got this game on lock. I don't know what our opponent could do really. And there we go, victory screen. We do take the win. I just wonder how many Dark Energy our opponent played. It didn't seem like it was like 7, maybe 8. So I don't think they'll be able to attack again. But there you go, guys. We're currently 2-0. As soon as we win 5 games, we've advanced into round, or into like top cut. Because I know I didn't say this last time, but top cut is all X and 2. So if we go 5-0, we can just like kind of control who we want in cut. Like, do we want this person to cut, or do we beat them and make them fight their way to gun. I don't know. It's weird. If we go 5-0, we have to win 3 more games, which is, it could be easier said than done. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye.